All right, so we got the Honda Subtrans totally torn apart. I wanted to show you guys right from the start. Here's if you remember, the transmission was laying sideways. This is the reverse gear, and these are the dogs for the reverse gear. Okay, this is the reverse and low dog selector, and normally the dog selector has 6 sides going to reverse. However, I thought it would be a better idea to be able to have 3 dogs going to reverse and 6 dogs going to low, because a lot of people are running low way harder than reverse. So we're going to cut the dogs on the low side. If the six dogs will be driving the low gear. So if you actually install this backwards and put the 6 dogs onto the reverse gear, it's not going to work. We'll have them laser marked where it says reverse side on the side where there's 3 dogs. But I wanted to give that a good explanation so everybody knows. There'll be paperwork with the parts, there'll be laser marking on the parts, but if you go to a Honda manual, they'll say put the 6 dogs into reverse, and we don't do that. We put the 6 dogs into low. So this is the low side, and the 6 dogs will then go into like this once it's on the shaft when it engages, and they'll engage, and the 3 dogs will go into the reverse. And so we're going to actually, without the center hub, we're going to make this a complete kit, or you can buy the parts separately. Here is the high gear, very similar design, 6 dogs, and when they engage fully, and they'll engage. So that's the high gear. So what we're going to end up doing is on our website, we'll have, this is a complete kit, this is a complete kit, fully cryo heat treated, totally micro polished, and then all the machine work, so they work perfectly. Okay, now we're going to go on to the Subtrans final drive. This is the final drive shaft. This is where the gear cluster sits onto this shaft. This shaft takes quite a bit of load. This one here is solid. It's a really beefy shaft. This shaft drives this shaft. However, this shaft, I've noticed a lot of people with big tires, big horsepower, they're breaking the shafts. So us going in and using good material, cryo heat processing, micro polishing the shaft, we're going to have a shaft that's going to be about 28% stronger than the stock shaft, and hopefully that will get us going for a long time until people start running bigger tires or making more power. But we're trying to make this cost effective for everybody as best as possible. So our shafts are an exact replacement of this one right here, and it's cryo heat treated, micro polished. And then all the other parts are going to be cryo heat treated, micro polished. If you brought us a Subtrans, or if you were to buy a brand new Subtrans from us. But we also have a couple parts like, this is the new style. I think they call this a shift fork posters. I don't remember exactly what this is called. We have them that are an exact replacement. However, they're cryo heat treated. They are a little stronger, but they're micro polished. So the shift forks will actually slide and operate on them way better. These barely even move. And then eventually when we have this all cryo heat treated and micro polished, I'll show you how easy these things do not bind up and they actually slide on these shafts. And that's just going to promote, when you go to shift gears, it's going to promote the shift dogs and everything moving as fast as possible, and making these transmissions so they'll shift into gear faster, which is going to save your shift dogs and make this whole Subtrans literally last a lot longer. We also have the final driven gears in stock. These are obviously the stock ones, but we have them that are cryo heat treated and micro polished. And then for all of you that are running the Honda Pioneers, we have the, I like calling them the dog bone because it looks like a dog's bone, but we have the dog bone and the final driven gear and the reverse gear that you can use so you can actually run a lower gear ratio for reverse and low, which is really cool. Any other questions? Feel free to email us or give us a phone call. Oh, that's right. We have the, this is the stock Shift Star, and then we have our own Shift Star, and it is for the older models. It's just an updated version where it's cut slightly different, and it helps when the shift forks are running on the shift drum itself. What it's going to do is that star, here, let me just kind of throw this together real quick like that. The star goes like this, and there's a little wheel that indicates where the drum's actually going to stop, and it tells the shift fork exactly where to go and where to stop. And it's just an update from Honda, and we've pretty much just copied the same deal, and now we have our own as well. They're cryo heat treated, they're micro polished, they'll last probably the life of the machine for sure. That's it, really simple. Sub transmission in the box. We'll come back with another video or the end of this video and show you again where everything's cryo heat treated, micro polished, and we'll talk a little bit about our machining to make this thing basically bulletproof.